think that should do it. And yeah, that's pretty much the end. That's how I did it. And basically, just for the heck of it, I'm gonna create a square plane for it to sit on. I'm gonna lift it up. I basically work with black wireframes, just a lot easier. And I'm gonna lift it up ever so slightly, so it doesn't render inside the plane. So I'm gonna do this. Alright. Probably have something like that. And then for the environment, I'm gonna use a bitmap. I'm gonna use a bitmap from my HDRs, which is gonna be an HDR image. I think I used the one that's been supplied with the older 3ds Max versions. That's Pan02. And then we open up the material editor, drag that in, say instance, and we have to change it from screen to spherical environment. And basically we can change the output amount, RGB offset, a little brighter on the lights but darker on the actual colors. And yeah, I think that's about it. Let's make a quick rendering to see how that looks. I'm gonna use this small preset, not to waste time, and I'm gonna add a standard skylight. And let's render away, see what it gives us. It was probably a bad idea putting it on a white background here. Usually if you put it on the table it looks like multiple times better. Obviously now we don't have any colors or reflections, we only have this kind of a white thing here, which isn't very good. And of course the sampling quality is shit, so I wonder though, if I think it would be like much better if I created another Arkin design and basically switched it for, what was it, satin varnished wood. And let's add in UVW map and basically just set 2x2, something like that, and like so, in that kind of an angle. And then, since I'm too lazy to set up mental ray, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change the rendering engine to my god, it's I changed to iRay. Change to unlimited. Use filter Gauss 2. Use 2 CPUs. And let's have a go. It's gonna bake the environment. The work that I did, which was this one, I actually did do it with iRay. The original was like this, and then I did some Photoshop work to make it look like this. If you want to know how I did the Photoshop thing with it to make it stand out, how I removed the artifacts, because as you can see there are some black spots that didn't render or rendered faulty. You can always message me if you want a tutorial on that one. So yeah, that looks okay, but it definitely needs a change in map. One tip though, never use IRA for your material editing. It just takes forever to render the material editor. It just takes for fucking ever. Come on. Never use IRA. No, seriously, it's very painful using IRA for when you're doing material editing, because it just makes things so slow. And it actually is advised in 3ds Max manual not to use IRA for material. Away with you. For material editing, because it just slows things so much. And it's still slowing down, as you can see. It's doing something, but it's so unbelievably slow that, wow. Anyway, so we're gonna zero this out. We're gonna probably increase this one. We're gonna do some rotation. Maybe that's gonna help. Obviously I didn't set up a proper environment like I did the last time, because the last time I do have a table, I do have the same HDR actually, and I have some, if it's visible, I do have some particles to make the thing look a little bit more realistic. So I have these particles here, and the depth of field just helps hide kind of bad stuff. That's obviously a little too bright. Anyway, so well, basically that's the basics of doing this. I mean, if you have a model, just tweak the materials, because it's gonna take forever for me to do that, and it always does. But in the end I do get it right. Just basically make the glass a little bit darker. Not the glass, but the environment looks better if it's darker. And the drink itself, just make it darker as well. The ice, I think, looks pretty good there. So anyway, that's about it for this tutorial here. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope it sheds some light to you. So, you know, as always, please do check out my Facebook page, which is gonna be in the description. I'm currently having a giveaway, if you haven't seen it already, and I'm gonna do a full feature tutorial on one of my models. Check it out. The video response is gonna be on that video. And of course, please do subscribe, because that will help me put tutorials in single chunks as opposed to having 3 parts like I do now, which is definitely not fun. So please do subscribe to help YouTube verify me as a trusted user, so my tutorials can be posted in one chunk like with my older channel. And well, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.